Baby, this was a night at the chateau that we will never forget. Cue the music. Oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate up for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. We here to discuss Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14, episode 9. I don't remember, it was something about the chateau, a nude night down there at the chateau with nude models. That's the name of it. Girl, let's get into it. So the episode opens up. Drew is driving her baby to school. Candy is in there combing her baby hair. And Sheree is down there in her daughter's podcast. Now, her daughter's podcast is called, what is it called, girl? Kiss and Tell, a little kiss and tell or whatever. Now, we all know, because she's shared this with us before, that her daughter does like a sex talk type of podcast. And in my mind, I'm like, that's pretty awkward. I wouldn't have my mama down in my podcast. I don't even want her to know what I know, and I don't want to know what she know. Don't want to know what she done did or none of that. But either way, they down there at the podcast, and Sheree's feeling just like me, just as uneasy, because they tried to explain this, what do you call it, this sex position called the landslide. Now, I done rewind it 3-4 times, and I still don't get it. I'm going to have to Google photos or video in order for me to really get it. But, yeah, Sheree just as damn freaked out as me, and it's just a little weird. But then all of a sudden, breaking news. Tyrone done said he not speaking to Sheree because she tried to get him put in jail. Now, that makes Sheree goes off, because it's her and Fatoon, her friend down there. And Sheree was like, girl, please, first of all, he wanted to be on this show just as much as I did. So why he trying to sit up there and make it seem like I'm trying to set him up to put him in a situation being on the show? That's some bull. She was like, girl, please, he wanted his life out there just like I wanted mine. But she was like, you know, it's a wrap because he scammed me just like he done scammed everybody else. He just scammed me emotionally. Well, it's about time you come to that conclusion. Because they was been trying to tell you that, hell, Nene told you that about 4-5 seasons ago. But you ain't want to listen. You had that man in your ear on the phone. He wasn't even in your bed to have you not listen. Girl, please. That's something I don't know. But anyway, Tiara was like, I tried to introduce my mama to other men. Because my mama too fine to be dealing with a goddamn jailbird, okay? So everybody been telling you, but see, your ears was closed. You didn't want to hear it. Now you want everybody to come back and repeat the stuff they already done said. Sheree, take the L. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Marlo is in there talking to her nephews about chores. And we find out the boys have been really acting out since the last incident where they went to the courthouse and the mama got up there and act crazy or whatever. So the boys have been acting out. She said they're getting referrals. I think it was Michael. She said the oldest one talking about he got a referral for telling the teacher you don't get paid to argue with me. True, but the boy, you got to stay in the child's place. You can't be telling these folks that. But she was like, she just don't know what to do with them. They just doing a lot and it's really weighing on her. So basically, Marlo feels like she's just unsure about herself. She's doubting herself as a parent. She's trying to be the best for these boys, giving them everything that they need and they want. But she feels like maybe it's not working or something. Maybe she's doing too much. Maybe she's not doing enough. Maybe what she's doing is hurting the boys. She can't really get to the boys. But I say this. It's hard being a parent. It's extremely hard. You got 2 boys in 2022. Oh, girl, I couldn't even imagine. But she's not sure about the decision she's been making. So that's something she's going to have to deal with and seek some therapy for. We move to the next scene. Sanya go to see Kenya. They sit down, have a cocktail or a cock or whatever. And they has a conversation. And Sanya was like, girl, look, I be so nervous having sex with my husband in my house because my mama downstairs, I don't know if they could hear me. You got 15 people living in the house. And quiet as it's kept, your mama look young. She probably downstairs having sex hoping you don't hear her upstairs. That's what I'm just saying. Your mama don't look like she dried up and throw it away. That's all I'm going to say. Mama look good. That's a compliment. But she basically is telling Kenya that she can't imagine how she does it being a single mom and everything. And, you know, at the end of the day, Kenya was like, you, as women, you adapt. You become a single mother. It's a lot of stuff you're going to miss, but you're going to be all right. So then Sanya tells her that, look, I feel like a single mother too because my husband is always gone. Ross is always on a business trip. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, girl, you'll adapt just like everybody else. Anyway, the phone rings. Candy's on the FaceTime, and she was asking her about. No, I'm sorry. They asked Candy whatever came of the situation where they had to leave for that young boy down there knocking on the door, talking about he T.I.'s cousin and Beyonce cousin and T.I.'s son, something crazy. You got to be in a lost your mind. Anyway, Candy lets us know that he got a probation and basically if he go back around there, he get arrested. I don't know if it was probation. What did he get, a warning or some shit like that? And I'm just like, girl, people could really violate your space and get a warning. Like, that's insane. That was scary. I'm sorry. But anyway, they start talking about dropping with Drew. And Candy was like, girl, that shit went left, huh? And girl, why did they bring that up? There was like, Marlo went from 0 to 100 real quick. They don't know what's going on with her. But in my opinion, Marlo's got all that stuff going on with them boys and her sister. So everybody could get it. But then I can't say that because then Marlo was like that before she had them churn. Anyway, we just gonna give it to that for now. But King was like, she don't know why Marlo be flipping on her. Girl, you want to be my friend or you don't. Like, every time you come around, you say you want to be my friend, but then you do some old lame stuff to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like Marlo said, not Marlo. King was like, girl, Marlo is just crazy. And you know what? Marlo is crazy. She is. I can't diagnose her crazy, but I mean, I'm talking about regular in the streets crazy. She crazy, yeah. We move to the next scene. Fatum from Djibouti goes to see Sheree. Now, Fatum was down there with her at the podcast, and she goes to check on Sheree. She got to make sure her friend is all right. And they go down there to the bottom of the basement of the chateau. Girl, I'm not saying that basement is cold. Chateau Sheree, it took you 30 years, but we glad you're here. Anyway, so Djibouti, not Djibouti, Fatum asked Sheree how she's been since the podcast. And asked if she talked to Tyrone, and Sheree was like, nope, I ain't talked to him since he did all that. And she starts to basically break down and cry because she feels like he didn't love her. She felt stupid. She wasted all those years. Like, I don't know if it's really hitting her because remember, she already told the people she blocked them, but don't know how long she gonna keep them blocked. The life coach or whoever it was. I'm hoping that Sheree is gonna really leave this in the past. Because I see on the trailer coming up for new episodes that he's actually going to show up at She by Sheree event. And it's just like, girl, because see, as women, this how we are. We the type of women, or we are women, I'm sorry, who will miss a man, miss a man, miss a man, miss a man, miss a man. Ooh, I'm talking about we can't eat, we can't sleep, we losing weight, gaining weight, face breaking out. And the very second we get to that point where we can just be okay and we're getting over that hump, they show up. That's when the doorbell start ringing. That's when the phone start ringing. That's when the pop-ups start happening. Leave women alone when we be ready to get over that hump. When we was calling and crying, snotting and crying and begging you to come back, you ain't want to hear it. Now that I done finally got to where I need to be, here you come. The devil is a lie. Anyway, I just hope she really takes this real serious because this is not okay, girl. Because that's what's going to happen. You spent all that time, you invested so much, and that's how we trick ourselves into going back into situations that really aren't conducive to our everyday lives. That's just my opinion on it. So Sheree basically was like, the life coach even told me I need to put me more. I need to put Sheree first, as you should. Is this what She by Sheree is going to come in? I don't know. I'm just saying. But she was like, she feels like she's pissed off because she done dated somebody beneath her. Girl, everybody has been screaming that from the mountaintops. He is a criminal, a scammer. That's worse than an armed robber. He's a scammer, a criminal, and a jailbird, a prisoner. Learn your lesson. Don't be down there on the next episode of Love After Lockup. Anyway, let's move on. We move to the next scene. Drew and her mama goes down there to get a pedicure. Now, Drew and her mama down there. Drew says she wants to spoil her mama. Girl, a pedicure is not spoiling your mama. Did you buy her a house? Anyway, but Drew is over there telling her mom that Ralph wants to do a book. He wants to do a book about step-parenting. He got this book deal, but he got it through his assistant. But then you turn around and lie and you tell your mama that the assistant basically got upset with you over, I can't remember what it was, but you didn't tell her that the assistant was trying to give your man a rub down his body. Why is you hiding that from your mom? You don't want everybody to know? I'm just saying. But he got this book deal trying to write about step parenting, and then the mama was like, well, shit, why didn't he adopt him yet? Is he gonna adopt him? Have y'all had that conversation? And Drew was like, I don't know. I don't understand, because when I talked to him, he was like, it's a man's thing. You don't adopt another man's child and he's present in his life. I'm like 30% where I get it. But ultimately, you take care of the child. If as long as y'all present it to the actual, he's okay with it, what's the problem? Like, I'm seriously and extremely confused by this. But basically, she don't know what the hell. With knowing Ralph, Wreck-It Ralph, who knows? Who actually knows? Who knows knowing Wreck-It Ralph? That's all I'm saying. But, so then that prompts the mama to say, you know, I was talking to your sister, and your sister's friend is a prophet. Remember this part right here. She's a prophet, and she had a word for you. Gave her the phone, and the lady basically said, you got a feminine energy around you who trying to screw you over, girl. Watch your back. It could be a woman or it could be a man with feminine energy. Now, in my mind, I'm like, it could be your assistant, because she going down the list of all the could be's. You got a lot of could be's because you let anybody around you. Could it be Sanya? Could it be Sheree? Could it be this one? Could it be that one? It could be your husband. He got a little feminine energy, if you ask me. That's all I'm saying. But she tells her mama, girl, Sanya done flipped on me. She fake now. She acted like she was my friend and she's in my circle, but now I know that she ain't. And the mom was like, girl, you need to reevaluate your circle, okay? Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Marlo goes shopping for furniture because she said her house will be ready in 12 to 14 months. And for the, the custom pieces, not for where I be shopping at, like Rooms to Go. I could get mine delivered in the other week, the next week. But with the custom pieces, it take months, you know what I'm saying? So she's just getting ahead of the power curve. So she down there to go shopping, girl, to pick out her pieces or whatever. Sheree pulls up, Sanya pulls up, and Marlo was like, girl, look, how much y'all think it'll cost to furnish a living room? And she asked Sheree specifically, how much it costs to furnish your living room? Because we all know Sanya ain't got no furniture. But, shade. But, yeah. Sheree said $40,000, and I said $40,000. What? Sheree said she got chandeliers. Girl, I was just on Wayfair and saw something for $199. $40,000? Oh, Lord. This just, you know what? But it is the Chateau. I got to give her that. It is the Chateau. So if she said it costs $40K, that's what it is. I believe it. Now, is it all paid for? We'll find out here in the future when the people put it in the blogs that she ain't paid her furniture bill. Let's move on. But anyway, Marlo sits down with the girls and they start talking about the incident with Kenya. And basically, she was like, I don't know what happened with Kenya down there at the dropping it with Drew. She's never acted like that. Girl, Kenya was ready to pop you upside your head. And I ain't gonna lie, Marlo, you provoked it. You did. You was messing with the girl. What did you expect her to do? I don't understand. What did you expect that girl to do? How to react when you saying the most dirtiest things? Girl, you is dirty. Hell, even Sanya asked her, well, look, girl, do you feel like you can come to a situation where you cannot go to the mud and dirt when you in an interaction with somebody? Girl, Marlo said, no, I ain't cut like that, baby. I don't have that in me. I wasn't raised like that. I said, well, at least she goddamn honest, girl. But anyway, Sanya brings up the fact that she talked to Kenya, and Kenya basically just feels blindsided. Like, Marlo, you be doing too much. You all be friends one minute, next thing you throwing all kind of shade. The girl didn't know which way to go with your ass. It's basically what Sanya was trying to say. But Marlo ain't trying to hear it. Marlo was like, girl, look, Kenya gonna be Kenya. She got a bad case of the can't takes. And it was like, can't takes, she can't take Marlo. Anyway, Marlo goes into talking about her nephews, and she's telling the girls that she's having issues with her nephews. And she met with Sheree's life coach. And she want to take the boys down there because she was like, I goes in the house. I told them to get their dirty clothes and wash them and put them in the washing machine. And the next thing you know, I come back. Girl, the clothes is on the floor soaking wet, mildew. All my stuff that I'm missing is that I was looking for is all in here. Like, basically, I don't know if they're going to steal. They're not listening. Or one of them punched a hole in the wall. Or it was a whole bunch of stuff. And I was just like, holy shit. And Marlo's thing is the boys are acting out and she's feeling like they're out of control. She doesn't know what to do with these boys, but she wants to bring them down there to the life coach. But to go into saying, did they steal anything because you saw some of your things? They living in the house with you, fam. How they gonna steal it? Where they gonna bring it to them? Now, if you couldn't find it and found out somebody on the street had it, we'd have a conversation. But don't put the stigma on the boys. because they come from a bad background. I didn't like that, Marlo. I'm sorry. But she basically tells them, girl, she needed a break. She was going to break down. It was enough, and she done kicked the kids out. They by her sister. Her sister got 4 toddlers, so she dropped 2 more kids off to him. That was very insensitive. You gonna drop 2 boys off to a person with 4 kids? I'm pretty sure you gave that lady some money. I'm pretty sure your sister got a little check for you to keep them churned for 30 days. I'm pretty sure, and I hope so, Marlo. Marlo, you pay your bills. I feel like you did. But anyway, she basically wants to give the boys 30 days to wake up and, figure out what they're going to do because they're unappreciative. But I think this is my thing. These boys have gone through so much trauma. Trauma responses look different in everybody, especially when it pertains to children. Now, if they're acting out, it probably was because they witnessed so many things with their mom, and even after, when y'all going to court and all that stuff, these boys got a lot going on. They really do need to go see a therapist, a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, a psychologist, somebody to really get down deep with them, and figure out how to get these boys to cope with the trauma that they've experienced. I think that's what's best. I think just kicking them out, Marlo, that was wrong. Because you've been in foster care. How would you like it if you lived with somebody and they just got frustrated as a child, with you as a child, and then they kick you out? That would be wrong. But Sheree gets up and say, I don't know, because I've never taken a break from my kids. And Sheree asks her, hey, why did you do that? And Marlo was like, she had it bad growing up. And she was afraid of failing, or basically having these kids get messed up. Back to the first statement, Sheree, I get it, and I'm all on board. Marlo, if you sign up for something, you need to stick to it, especially when it pertains to keeping kids. But everybody can't put that motherly instinct on a woman who's not, nor have never been a mother. Marlo has been single, childless for almost 50 years. Am I saying that Marlo was right for what she did? No and yes. Because as a person who is not in those shoes and have not been, I cannot say what she should and should not do. That ain't my place. And it ain't nobody else's place. Now, I can give my opinion just like y'all can give y'all's. But this is my thing. She is not a mother. I get it. We all look at each other as women and assume that we can just snap into that Thanos snap into a motherly role and a motherly instinct. That ain't for everybody. Not saying that it's right, but it is what it is. If Marlo got to a point where she was extremely overwhelmed, and instead of lashing out on them kids, how she been lashing out on Candy and her cooch, you understand what I'm saying? She might have needed to get rid of the kids. Now, flip side, it's really messed up, Marlo, because you done got rid of these kids. Now they done been kicked out of somewhere else. They probably have gone through a whole life of being kicked out and passed on and passed on and passed on. You want to give them a wake-up call, but at the end of the day, you create more trauma for them. That's just all I can say. So I can't say she wrong. I can't say she right. I can say what's morally and ethically wrong, kicking out the kids. But also, she said she got to protect her peace. I can't say nothing about that. She's a Muntie. Remember that. Remember, she's been saying that. She's a Muntie. Munties get to walk away. Quiet as it's kept. It ain't right, but they get to walk away. Period. Let's move on. We move to the next thing. Sanya FaceTimes Kenya. They on the FaceTime, and Kenya was like, girl, the slumber party coming up. I'm not really sure about it. Girl, they do a flashback of the last slumber party. Kenya said, I don't think Bolo is going to be coming down to this one, girl, because the last slumber party, portion of them was turning off the cameras, but forgot to turn off the mics. Anyway, so she's over there not sure what she's gonna do. But she gonna go down there to the summer party with Marlo there or not, because she said the house big, hell. She be on one side, I be on the other. Girl, it ain't gonna be all that. Marlo is now over there saying she don't know if she gonna make it, because there's just a lot going on. Girl, all y'all gonna be there, because y'all need to check for this scene. We move to the next scene. Sheree is setting up. And she was like, everybody, the theme of the party is nude. She wants everybody in nude. And basically, it's just to basically bear all and be vulnerable. Girls' night out, drinks, food, laugh, you know what I'm saying? And be there to support each other. So now she's throwing parties and having support parties because Tyrone didn't support her. Anyway, so Candy arrives, Kenya arrives, Fatum arrives. And Fatum pulls Candy aside to show her the doggone coochie incense. So now Candy was like, coochie incense? And she said, yeah, girl, this for you. You put this, you know, have the smoke come up you know what I'm saying? And that's gonna rid you of all the old bad peens. Can't be nothing else. She talking about vibes and moods and spirits and a girl peens. Anyway, Candy not sure about that. Candy was like, girl, I ain't never heard of this, but we'll see how it go. Kenya comes in, she comes in ready to party. Listen, when Kenya was the life of this party. I am here for drunk Kenya. Kenya, you was the life of this party. Sonya comes in. They said they got appetizers and all that. And listen, one thing we know about Candy, she gonna eat. And Candy said one thing she love about coming by Sheree, the food is gonna be available as it should. Girl, look. The food did look good though, even the appetizer. But Marlo comes in, and Sheree basically said she invited Drew, because the last time they were together, they everything went well. So she wants Drew to come, but she asked Fatum how she feels about Drew coming, and basically Fatum was like, basically I felt attacked because she attacked me. Fatum, you brought up the fact that the girl husband was gay. Now, granted, it was funny. Granted, it's Ralph, so I don't care. But you can't tell that girl how to react after she don't know you and you tell her husband is gay. I don't care if it's he'll say or she say or he say. You're out of pocket. But anyway, Fatum brings up the fact that she was telling her friend about it, and he just so happened to be somebody who be looking people up and whatever. And he pulled her background report, her and her husband, and they got like 17 aliases. Can you get in the doggone confessional and say, I run a background report on everybody who I be messing with, as you should. But that's a little excessive, but hey, if you got the connect to do it, do it. I need you to run it on a couple of people I know. But Candy feels like, oh, they got all them doggone aliases. Normally people with bad credit have all them aliases. And you know Candy know about the coin and the food. She don't know nothing about nothing else but the coin and the food. I'm telling you, in business, y'all gotta stop acting crazy. Now I'm wondering, do y'all have bad credit? Because Candy made a really good observation there. Anyway, Drew finally comes in, and she got the same doggone outfit as doggone Sheree. Sheree holla, bitch stole my look, but you know what, Sheree? You wore it better. Marlo comes in, and Kenya was like, oh Lord, here comes Sasquatch. You know they gonna shade each other to the death of them. Let's move on. Drew basically was like, oh, because basically Sheree brings them out to where the paintings are, and there's nude paintings. It's abs, it's peens, it's all type of other stuff. And so as Marlo is, not Marlo, Sheree brings them over to where the stuff is, and the first thing Miss Drew wants to say is, oh, I'm painting the abs because the abs look just like my husband. Girl, your husband got a dad bod. Stop the cap. Anyway, they over there painting peens and all that stuff. And then Candy was like, is we gonna have nude models? And Sheree was like, you want nude models? And here come the nude models. Girl, like Candy said, as quiet as it's kept, and contrary to your belief, girl, I ain't had nothing to do with this. Hell, Marlo gets in and was like, I didn't know this was a Candy Freak burst operation or whatever she said. I'm like, girl, y'all doing too much. Like, why y'all, I don't understand. Candy was like, leave me out of it. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So anyway, they painting whatever two-tone penises. One was black. I'm talking about the color black, and then orange. Girl, I would have ran if somebody pulled that out. But they talking about you ain't never seen a two-tone, not like that. Lisa Wu arrives. Now, if y'all don't know Lisa Wu was on the very first season. She was married to that egghead football player. I forget his name. She was married to him. We find out here on this episode that Lisa Wu is an angry drunk, and if it's one thing I can't deal with is an angry drunk. I don't like no people that get drunk and start acting crazy. I like to have a good time. I'm a king of drunk. I'm laughing, drinking, acting crazy. I don't want nobody around me that's an angry drunk, but we'll get there. Anyway, Drew's over there painting next to Sanya, and Drew was like, I don't know how they brought up husbands, but basically Drew was like, well, speaking of husbands, you basically told my husband that made a comment that was kind of like shady, talking about, oh, y'all ain't that busy, or y'all act like y'all busier than me, something to the effect. And Sanya was like, girl, I didn't even mean it like that. Well, when they played the flashback, it did sound like that. Ultimately, who cares? Who cares? Sanya was like, girl, I was only saying it because he was telling me that, they got 3 kids. We got 3 kids and we busier than y'all. You need to find time. And she was asking like, well, what is it that y'all doing that y'all so busy? Even if it was shade, a busy comment. So then Sanya goes, well, see, I was telling Drew, and she was like, wait, I'm sorry, he's not Drew, you Drew, I'm sorry, and here come Drew. So you coming for my name? I'm like, Drew, go sit down, go lay. Girl, Sanya was like, I'm not doing this with you. I'm on positive vibes tonight. I'm trying to get this Patron in my system. I ain't doing this with you. I don't blame you. I walked away from Drew too, because Drew, you just coming there looking for a problem. And I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm sorry, I don't like it. Meanwhile, Marlo gets up and goes to the bathroom. And happens to see Candy in the bathroom. So her and Candy's in the bathroom having a conversation. The girls is sitting down because Sheree brought them to where they're gonna eat dinner, and it was a beautiful, beautiful scene, by the way. The way it was on the floor, it was great. So Marlo is in the bathroom talking to Candy and basically confides in Candy and tells her what's going on with her boys and that she kicked them out, and she feels like she's been lashing out on everybody, including Candy, just for the simple fact that she has not been able to, like, she's been losing it, basically. Candy was like, girl, it's so crazy that you say that, because I really was like about to cut you off for good and be like, you're done, like, cancel your ass. But she was like, she's been going through a lot, and Candy's biggest takeaway was that you kicked the boys out. Like, you didn't think there was a better way you could have handled that. Marlo is standing strong in the fact that she needs a break. She just needed it. Candy, as a mother, as I am a mother, doesn't understand. I don't understand to an extent, but I understand that she's not a mother. You can't expect her to have the same empathy and motherly instinct that every other woman that is a mother does. So we got to give her a little grace with that. Is it messed up? I'm going to say it 50 million times. Absolutely. Because Candy made an observation. It was just like, listen, you dropping these kids off like that, like, you don't know how that's going to affect them. Like, you got to find a better way. I get it. Take your little 30 days or whatever, but you got to find a better way to deal with your boys. Listen, she'll figure it out. That's all I can say, because I'm not even trying to be, politically correct with all this stuff. Y'all get what I'm saying, and if you don't get it, then it's a cognitive dissonance that maybe I can't do nothing about. Anyway, Marlo is extremely happy that Candy is a listening ear and she seems genuine and she's confiding in her. Okay, good, Marlo, the girl wants to be your friend again. Stop shading that girl now. Leave the girl alone. Now, you can't hug and rally around her and have her be your village and then go turn around and say her cooch is ran up out of. Come on now, leave the girl alone, because you bipolar. Marlo, something's wrong with you. You bipolar and you crazy. I just diagnosed you again, god damn it. But it's just, it's too much with you, Marlo. You don't know where you going. So now the it's dinner time. Chef announces that they're gonna have a whole snapper, and I was like, oh Lord, I wish I was at this party. But the girls sit around. They thank Sheree for having her, and Sheree was like, I'm glad you guys are here. I wanted to do something for us to, shed the negativity and be vulnerable with each other. She gives that whole spiel, and then Kenya with her drunk ass hollers, we need to play a game. Let's play a game called Yes, Queen. And whenever somebody says something positive around the table, we say Yes, Queen. So I'm like, okay, boom. Now, the first one out the gate is Drew brings up the fact that, Candy and Marlo went off to the side. I don't know what that was about. Messy. Anyway, Candy was like, well, if you must know, she and I had a conversation. We're in a better space right now, and we're ready to move forward. All the girls. Yes, Queen. Yes. Marlo was like, I love everybody, and I want all you ladies to win. Yes, Queen. Drew was like, I get along with almost everybody, but I'm working on... Kenya had to bust that up and say, girl, what are you saying? She was like, can I get a yes, Queen, for that? No, Queen. Girl, look. Sheree said she might not know how to give a comment because she ain't never got none. Sheree said she might not know to give a compliment because she ain't never got none. Girl, I lost my mind when she said that. No, Queen. Anyway, Katie said we're going to come back around to you. So they going around the table with their yes, Queen. They get right back down to Drew again. They get right back down to Drew again. And it was like, okay, Drew, second time around, here you go. And then Drew was like, see, although I'm not getting along with everybody, Kenya said, girl, stop. That's enough for you. Cut her off. She stopped. You're done. Like, stop. You're doing too much. Kenya then goes, so girl, look, stop it. Do you really love Sanya? And she said, yes, no, she said, do you really love everybody? And she said, yes, I love everybody, including my enemies. Shade again. Lisa Wu got her angry, drunk ass in there and was like, see, you can't do that. Because when you waiting for an apology for somebody, you setting yourself up for failure. So you know what? No. You don't be around people who give you negative energy and negative vibes. And she goes on this whole diatribe, and she said something in the middle that made Sanya want to interrupt. And when Sanya tried to interrupt, she was just like, you don't interrupt me, you let me land my point, and don't ever. And I'm just like, girl, Lisa Wu, have several, girl. You just got back on the TV screen from the last 20 years. We just getting back acclimated to you. Don't come over here with all that. We don't want to see all that, Lisa Wu. We don't want to see all that. Because I don't like that. Like Sanya said, girl, you've been talking too much. You like the old drunk auntie who just taking over the whole goddamn party. We don't want to hear it. Lisa Wu, go sit down. Anyway, Kenya jumps in and was like, girl, look. The people said that Fatoon did a background check on you, Drew, and your husband, and found out y'all got all these aliases. And your husband got one that's named Danielle. Now, is that a gay rumor? Inquiring minds want to know. But basically, Fatoon was like, look, girl, because Drew was like, what? Why she always keeping my name in her mouth? I don't know this girl. It does come off Fatoon like you are clout chasing. It does. Because you got more to say about the girl than Sheree. Did Sheree bring you around to be her mouthpiece? I don't know, because this just looks real crazy to me. I'm sorry. So Fatoon was just like, girl, look, your assistant told us all this stuff, and I told it to somebody else, and then they basically helped me, or they did the background check. So Drew was like, girl, first of all, Danielle is my assistant, and she getting the confessionals, and you guys can come to my house and see. Girl, when people do stuff like that, you know they lying. Because then she turned right back around and said she used to be her assistant. Girl, please. Kenya was like, girl, let me show y'all how to be a sloppy drunk girl. Kenya falls on the floor having a great time, the time of her life. They said she had about 5-6 drinks. I'm here for Kenya's, drunk Kenya at least. Drew was over there saying that Sheree needs to address the stuff that Fatoon is doing. And Sheree was like, girl, I didn't repeat none of that, so I don't have to address anything. And Kenya was asking about the aliases, and again, she was just like, girl, look, that was my assistant Danielle, and they show a pic of Danielle, whatever. Candy asked Sheree to change clothes, because her and Fatoon, because we over the Drew thing, her and Fatoon got to go to the back. Because Fatoon it's time for the coochie incense. So Sheree gets up and go to the back. They put this garment on her, told her she's going to be the queen of the night, as she should. So Fatoon was like, look, the only way the incense work is you got to have hair down there. If you ain't got no hair down there, it won't work. I was like, well, damn, it would never work on me. But at the table, meanwhile, Drew was over there saying family is off limits. Lisa Wu agrees, but you drunk and you angry. So, angry bird, we don't care. Sheree over there, and she appears out of the back as, you know, the queen of the night. Everybody's loving it. Yes, queen. And Fatoon basically explains the coochie incense. Now, this is what got me. So, the girls are over there partaking in the coochie incense. I'm sorry. Sheree over there dropping it like it's hot on top of the incense. Drew is at the table eating, talking about in a confessional, I ain't want no parts of that. That's witchcraft. Pause. For a worthy cause. Oh, I ain't want to participate in the coochie incense. Keep that far away from me. That's witchcraft. I ain't want no parts of that. Pause. When the prophet lady just called you and told you that you had a negative female energy around you, was that not witchcraft? When you take communion and you eat the bread, which is the body, and drink the wine, which is the blood, is that witchcraft? You know, I'm about to try not to go in on these holier than thou folks, but y'all, I don't really like y'all. Y'all are the most backwards, contradictory, judgmental people on the face of this earth. You gonna sit up there and say that's witchcraft, what they doing. But when you take communion, that ain't witchcraft. When you got a human, a so-called prophetess, telling you that you got female energy or feminine energy around you that's negative, that ain't witchcraft. Nothing in the Bible ain't witchcraft. When Jesus turned one fish into 1,000 and one loaf of bread to many and all that, whatever, whatnot, that wasn't witchcraft. Oh, maybe when he turned water into wine at that wedding, that wasn't witchcraft. Nah, that ain't witchcraft. Just The stuff that don't align with your book and your dumbass beliefs. Y'all blow me. Y'all get on my nerves. I can't wait till religion dwindles down. Ooh, I don't like it. Anyway, let me get off it because I don't want to really get nobody too upset. Anyway, so she over there, girl. Sheree over there hollering. She almost got burnt. And Drew over there, I told y'all better leave that dark magic alone. Girl, shut up. Anyway, so the girls gather around. Okay, so they do a toast to the queen, girl, which is Sheree, and she needed this night. Marlo was like, she likes Kenya, because so this what happened. So anyway, they do a toast to the queen. Bet, that's Sheree. Kenya was like, girl, I'm back 24 inches later of my real hair or whatever. I had taken off the wig because I know at one point she asked, is her wig on straight or whatever the case may be. So either way, girl, Kenya makes a wig joke. Marlo was like, I love that Kenya can finally be confident and joke about her wig because at one point you couldn't tell her nothing about wearing the wig. And remember, she did lie and say she wasn't wearing the wig one of them times when she left that wig down there and somebody had to bring it back to her. But either way, girl, now that gets them to the fighting, girl. Kenya telling Marlo, mind your goddamn business. Marlo, you a hater. Marlo over there saying, girl, no, you just this, that, and the third, and you want a moment. Kenya hollers, I am the moment. And Marlo goes low and said, not to Mark. And they was all saying, Marlo, stop doing that. And Marlo was like, she loved them. She loved everybody. Because, see, this is where the bipolar come in. Didn't I say she was crazy and bipolar? Because right after she done went low with doggone Kenya, she turned around and said, I loved everybody. Let's give a toast. I said, what? Something is really wrong with her. Anyway, but she announces that they're going to do a road trip. They're going down there to a road trip. She loved everybody. Kenya going. Anyway, I hope she invite Monietta. Y'all know I love me some Monietta. Don't bring Lisa Wu. Keep Lisa Wu at home. We don't want her on the trip. Bring Monietta. Let Lisa Wu stay home. But Sheree basically feels like Kenya and Marlo is just they done tore up the chateau, girl. They don't know how to be around chateaus. But you know what? Marlo done came from a doggone townhome, and Kenya got a nice house, but it ain't a chateau. Maybe that's just what it is. But Kenya leaves and say the moment is leaving and come back and say the moment is back. Girl, look, that trailer. But see, that was the end of this episode. That trailer of what's to come, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I feel like we're going to see a lot going on. Somebody told Marlo said, nothing can separate me from my boys. And girl, when Kenya said, yeah, because you left them. Oh, Jesus. I felt like Fred Sanford, girl. Oh, no. Oh, no, I had to rewind it 4 times. But Marlo, you go so low, I can't even feel bad for you. Girl, I can't wait. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. Girl. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you hoes later. Bye.